Giving all praise, honor, glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Rakak, double honor to the apostles and the elders of great millstone and the sincere shalom to the doctrine that's out there pushing the sincerity and the truth and the sound doctrine. All right, first and foremost, I want to say the water YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI for giving me and a fellow Akim the opportunity to do these lessons in these videos, the opportunity to go out there on the highways and on the hedges, all to edify and warn the nations of Israel, which are the so-called Negroes, the Latinos, and Native Americans, the 12 tribes of Israel, the ones that lost statutes and commandments, as well as the promises were given to. All right, shalom. So this is a want to be a real quick video. This is an article the brother Kazak by YAHAWAH, is usually that's his channel name, Kazak by YAHAWAH. He has sent this video, this article. Entire police force quits over manager who held progressively responsible positions. So pretty much, they're not, the police force here is not exactly happy with the manager there. So now they're just completely resigning. The entire police force I'm down here. The entire police force for the small North Carolina town of Kinley tendered its resignation in protest over a newly hired town manager. All right, so yeah, they're apparently not, it's hostile work environment, so they're not exactly happy about the leadership. And this reminds you of what? That one scene off of RoboCop. Was it one or two? I think it was either one or two. Was it the third one? I can't remember. I know it was one of the RoboCop movies, the older ones. When the people the officers, they was handing in their badge because why? They had a problem with the leadership there. It wasn't there. It wasn't nothing there for them no more. So what? They was handing in their badges. They was just quitting. And this is what you see right now, man. They put this stuff in the movies for a reason, man. All right? And a lot of stuff that they put in them is on these older movies, so as time goes on, you can forget about it and then they can implement it. They telling you what they want to do, a few years prior, man. They tell you what they want to do. When they came out with Terminator, they told you what the hell they was going to do, man. They told you what that was about. All right? So this is not going to be a long video. Not going to be a long video at all. Ecclesiastes. It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 1. It says, "Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them." All right? Remember the Creator in the days of your youth. That could be taught. It's good that if you learn, young, but, as of right now, you got people of all ages coming in. So that, really, wouldn't mean, make much sense as of for right now and these days, especially now. But the days of your youth is taught about. That's why later on it said what? It said what? While the evil days come not. So pretty much, don't wait until all hell breaks loose to try to come to the Lord, because it's going to be too late. So when it talks about remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, that's talking about early. Seek him now. Seek him while he could be found right now. All right. Seek the Lord while he may be found, while his face, while the doors of mercy are still open to some degree, because right now them doors of mercy, man, they shutting fast. All right, they shutting fast. Okay, it says while the sun or the light or the moon, all right, or the stars be not darkened, it says nor the clouds return after the rain. Right, because what happens when you have a whole police force, resign, man? You have no police to keep things in order, right? You're gonna have hell. People talk about defund the police, but yet you can't go 2 minutes. When some type of trouble goes down, when something happens, the first thing that everybody does is dial 911. We need help here. So why, especially black people, especially so-called black people, and especially our women, how many Jake is locked up behind these women? They always quick to call the police on them, but yet they want to defund them. You know? So stop calling them then. But the only reason you women, feel the way you do and think the way you do is because you have a 911, an emergency, pretty much an emergency service on your side, man. That's the only reason you feel the way you do, man. Because without 911, y'all wouldn't be acting the way y'all acting right now. Trust and believe that. When 911 shuts down, which it will, and Lord willing soon, once 911 shuts down, man, watch how you people snap back in order, man. Especially you women. Watch how y'all snap back in order. Remember, all these crazy guys all these crazy dusties, that y'all, quote unquote dusties that y'all got locked up. Guess what happens when they let out on the street? They go on wild. Y'all women will not be acting the way y'all acting without 911. Trust and believe that. And why y'all may say, we women, we strong, we this, we that. No, that ain't true. Yes, the fuck it is, man. Y'all got so much goddamn denial, it's ridiculous. Y'all know, a lot of you men too, man. Y'all wouldn't be acting the way y'all acted if it wasn't no 911, no police system, no police system, All y'all do is call the police, man. But guess what, man? Again, like I said not too long ago, the brother Ashan had got caught out, he was going out, getting something from the store, and these jakes had rolled up and just started shooting the damn place. They was probably a gang violence or whatever. I don't know. Jake just shoot shit up for whatever. Obviously it was targeted because they rolled up and try to because Jake can't shoot for shit. And they just just bullets flying everywhere because you had other people standing in front of the store shooting back at him and shit. All this happened in front of a police officer. All of this happened in front of a police officer. And I'm sure they saw him, but they didn't give a shit. Right? They didn't give a shit. And that's what's happening right now, man. All these shootings and stuff like that, man. Y'all people better get right, man. You so-called Black, Latino, and Native American people, man. Y'all better get right. That's the point of this video. All right? Because get ready to start seeing more stuff like this, man. This is get ready to be all over. Remember, in 2020 when this stuff really started kicking off, the virus shit and all that. What happened? Specifically here in Baltimore, they had this thing where and I think it was all over, actually. They had this thing where police would not be answering non-emergency calls. So they wouldn't be coming to you for like a domestic situation. Like if you or your man got into an argument or whatever. As far as you women, if you or your man got into an argument or whatever, and you call the police on them because y'all just arguing, the police wouldn't be, answering that call. And if you women were so high and mighty, your man, which is not your man, all right, by the way, not your possession, all right, but your husband, you and your husband and y'all arguing, and you call the police because you feel threatened, you feel like your life is threatened, you feel like this man is about to get violent, but you should be able to defend yourself without the police. You should be able to defend yourself as much as a man can defend himself. Why not? One moment, y'all queens, goddesses of the earth, y'all untouchable, y'all invincible, y'all just the leaders of the world. And then next thing you know, we're just the soft little damsels. We're just helpless pieces of flesh. What is it, man? And that's why this stuff has to happen. All right. Look, man. The water Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI for having this stuff. Man, this is getting ready to be all over, man. All right, that's getting ready to be all over. Let me continue on with the scriptures. It says, I know it was a little ramble, but I wanted to get the scripture out before I started that, All right, verse 3. It says, "In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few." You know what that is? Because the grinders cease because they are few. When you grinding, you're working. You know. So what we pretty much say, when a workers cease, when a work cease because they are few, man. When you don't have anybody to, let's say you have a store, when you don't have anybody to run the store, it's just a building. It can't operate. Can't operate. When you don't have anybody to run it, you don't have anybody to to do the work there. You know, it can't run because why? You know, it's just a building there. You know, so that's what's happening now, man. That's what's getting ready to happen. I remember not too long ago, a few years ago. It wasn't that long ago. Um, this store, I can't remember if it was a Walmart or Home Depot or whatever, but it had to close down because everybody was just walking out. You had a whole bunch of Mexicans just walking the hell out. I can't remember why. I can't remember what for, but apparently they was fed up about something, and they just walked out. And guess what? The whole store had to shut down because you don't have no workers there. You don't have no workers there, right? It says, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. All right. It says, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. Right. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Everything, man. Your entertainment. All right. Your regular work. The regular work sounds. The regular work noises. That got brought low. Remember in 2020 when this shit was going down, and it was quiet, man. You didn't even really hear the average work noises that you hear sometime in the atmosphere and shit like that. Trucks and construction and stuff like that. You didn't really hear that. You didn't really hear that, right? Why? Because that was the Lord showing us a glimpse of what's getting ready to permanently come to this place, man. All right. It said, so what it say, the doors shall be shut in the streets, all right? It says, and the grinding, when the sound of the grinding is low. So that even goes towards your sirens, like the daughters of music shall be brought low. That even goes towards your sirens. Those emergency response vehicles and shit like that. That's what that is too. You won't hear no more sirens. You ain't gonna hear none of that stuff, man, because it's all gonna be done and over with. You notice since this year started, since this year, the last 3 years actually, the police have been up and down, up and down, up and down, man. You hearing all types of stuff about this police force over in UK, over here, over everywhere, man. The entire police force is crumbling, man. All right, it's crumbling. What happens when it collapses? These prophecies are absolutely real, man. I remember first coming into this truth, man. Back in, I want to say 2011, when I was only, I think, about 10, maybe 11 years old, coming into the truth. That's one of the first things that I heard about. One of the very first things that I heard about that was going to come upon this place is 911 start to crumble. There's going to be no more 911. All right. And while before, even before, it may have sounded far fetched. Now it don't sound so unbelievable. It sounds very believable now. Look at what's happening. I just thought about that as I was just talking. That's one of the very, very, very first things that I heard, that was going to happen. That was going to happen to this place, man. One of the very first things I heard that was going to happen. 911 going to be no more. And right now, that is very, very believable. Not that I'm not saying that I didn't doubt it, but I'm just saying it's more when you see. It's one thing of hearing it, but when you actually see it, that's a totally different thing, man. That's a totally different thing when you actually see what the hell is happening before your very eye. This is what we prophesied through the Spirit of power, Lord YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. And that's why it's so great, because it's like, damn, this is what we've been prophesying, from, the apostles on up, right? Or like Abba Bivens, King Marshall and all them, you know, on up. What they been prophesying and what we prophesying now. You know, my time in the truth ain't nothing like compared to like the apostles and even on back. You know, obviously, right? But it's 2022 now, a full decade of me, you know, and the brothers going out there, you know, prophesying this stuff. You know, it's just like it's crazy that yeah, you was right. You was right. You was right to do you know what you was prophesying, which is true. You know, it's coming to light now. It's like, man, that's crazy. So